After not responding to any of our media requests for more than 2 weeks, Mayor Richard Bisson recently sat down with HNN for a one-on-one interview to discuss the county's emergency response the day Lahaina burned.
Yeah, I don't know what everyone knew and at what point in time.
Key questions about who was calling the shots at Maui's emergency management agency remain unanswered. We know the former head of the department, Herman Ndaya, was off island attending a FEMA conference in Waikiki. He has since resigned, citing health issues.
Look back on it now and to say, well, you should have done this and why didn't you do that, is with the benefit of not only hindsight, but the benefit of seeing everything that we now know. I can't tell you, again, what everybody knew. I knew our power lines were out, our phone systems were out. The communication we had was from those in the field. And when I say in the field, a firefighter fighting a fire in one location may not be able to tell us what is happening at another location. So the information that was coming in were from different places all at the same time. That is not an excuse. That's just an explanation of the situational awareness that was happening.
The new head of Maui's emergency management agency officially begins his new job tomorrow. Daryl Oliveira has the difficult task of rebuilding trust in an agency critics say failed residents. Meanwhile, Bisson says the county is working on a plan to allow survivors to get back to their properties.
It will be a priority list of how we go back. Not everyone will go back all at the same time. We want people to go back to their property. We want people to go back to their land. We know people want to go back to look through what's there, especially those people whose homes are still standing in the burn area.
Once the all clear is given, health experts are urging caution to anyone who returns, saying ash may contain toxic and cancer-causing chemicals.
Maui Police Chief confirms to HNN that there were barricades set up in Lahaina to keep people away from downed power lines. The information is being spotlighted in international press, but the chief is pushing back against criticism, telling HNN it's too premature to second-guess those decisions. This drone video shows rows of charred cars jamming both lanes of Front Street in historic Lahaina town, a scene that portrays the chaos on August 8th as people tried to flee the town as flames engulfed the area.
I was trying to turn right out of my neighborhood, which it would have taken me to Front Street, but nothing was moving.
Nearly 3 weeks since the deadly wildfire, some information has emerged that wasn't initially highlighted. The Associated Press writing an article with the headline, "Many had no warning and no way out. Those who dodged a barricade survived." The AP reports that car after car was turned back to the rapidly spreading wildfire by a barricade blocking access to the highway to get out of Lahaina town. This week, Maui's police chief explaining why barricades were set up.
Down power lines, which would kill you if you go over it, or it's a fire that's engulfed the area. So there was a point when we didn't let traffic into Front Street because Front Street was on fire. But we did not impede people from exiting the area.
It comes as Maui County is suing HECO for allegedly causing the fires by not shutting off power ahead of time due to high winds and dry brush. In an exclusive interview with the U.S. Fire Administration, the head of the agency tells HNN she believes once the West Maui fire started, under the conditions that day, there was no way of stopping it.
The wind speeds coming from the nearby hurricane caused the air and the fire to move very fast.
Do you think, given how fast moving this was, that this could have been stopped with enough firefighters?
Not with the number of firefighters that you had available on this island, and were outpaced from the very beginning.
So you believe even if they had all the firefighters on the island in front of Lahaina, it still would have got through?
They did have everything that was in the stations on that day on the island that was dispatched to this fire, and they were outpaced.
A call for clarity comes after weeks of mixed messages from state and county officials regarding which emergencies warrant use of the outdoor alert. Eddie Dowd reports.
We've heard from officials about when these sirens have historically been used, but no clear answer on how they will be used moving forward following the devastating Maui wildfires on August 8th. An exclusive interview with HNN investigates. The incident commander of the state's response, Major General Ken Hara, said they are reviewing protocols over use of sirens.
There's a lot of questions about the sirens. I think that's something that we're going to scrutinize. We're already reviewing what the current protocols are. We're in discussion with the counties if anything needs to change. I believe that that'll be one of the first things, if there is change, that we'll be amending.
Search crews have now combed through 99% of the Lahaina disaster zone. The area remains off limits to the public. Tonight, the death toll stands at 115 lives lost. Officials are asking for the public's help to verify who's still missing. A list of the 388 people who remain unaccounted for has been posted at mauinuistrong.info/unaccounted for. If you recognize a name on the list and know the person is safe or have any information that may help locate them, you're asked to call the FBI at the number on your screen.